Hey, this is Diane from Teach PreK. I'm on winter break right now. When I get back, I will do a week of just learning about winter, and then we will get right into our polar/Arctic animal unit, which is one of my favorites of the year, and the kids really, really love it. Anytime we're teaching the kids about animals, they're like delighted with the unit. It's just so much fun. There's so many different directions we can go. These are some of my favorite nonfiction books that I love to read during my polar animals unit. And I'm going to start with the Mitten. I have this little chunky board book, and I like this one because it shortens the story a little bit. And I have my kiddos act out the Mitten. This is a really, really great little tip for you here. I get just an extra table. I have a little extra table. I throw a white blanket over it, and I went to Jan Brett's website, and she has masks of all of the characters from the Mittens. I don't know if they're masks or pictures, but I'll leave a link to her website if all that stuff is still there. I make kind of little things that go over their head and they're on their chest, and they take turns being the audience and being the characters from the Mitten, and they go under the table as each animal is called. Their little animal will go under the table because the table's the Mitten. They love doing this so much. They want to do it again and again and again. We usually only get to it once. If we have a really snowy day and we're socked in and we can't go outside, we'll act out the Mitten again. But this book is great for that. I also have a bigger version of this that I can read during story time. But this is perfect if you want to do like a little Mitten play, and the kids absolutely love it. I have got Old Bear and His Cub. I just like this because it's just a grandfather bear and his little bear cub, and it kind of explores that relationship. Again, it's a chunky board book. It's adorable. The kids always like this because it's very relatable if they have a relationship with a special grandparent. I am going to save. I've got these. I'll save them for later. I have some books that are just animal main character in the winter that I'll read during polar animal books because sometimes I don't have enough. So this is Little Puppy Lost, and Little Puppy gets lost out in the snow, so it kind of goes through what he has to deal with the snow. This is really cute too, Snow Friends, and it's about just some little baby animals that meet each other in the forest in the winter and just their little friendship. The Snowy Rescue is about this cute little hedgehog in the winter, and he meets up with the little hare, and they go on an adventure, and so that's great. When It Starts to Snow is just a book about animals, and they're not all polar animals, but some are, some aren't, and it's just a really cute book. I almost have too many for my winter week, so anything with an animal I kind of push to this week. And then I've got Little Bear Special Friend, that of course is a snowman, that I think came in a Scholastic pack. This is one of my favorites, and there are so many in this series, and they're all really cute. Penguin and Pinecone, A Friendship Story. This is so sweet. If you don't have this one, you got to get it. This is the beginning of the friendship between Penguin and Pinecone. They also have a little Christmas story, and the kids love it. They love Penguin. They love little Pinecone. I have this one because we live in Utah, which is Park City's 15-minute drive away. So this is Stetson, the street dog of Park City, and the kids love this because most of them have been up to Park City either to go skiing or to stay just for a fun weekend with their family. A lot of people have a little condo or a cabin up there, and this little dog is on Main Street, and I will read this one during this week because it's something that the kids in my class at least can really relate to because they actually recognize the places in that book. Wendell the Narwhal. Everybody loves narwhals right now. I love narwhals. They're so fascinating and cute to me. So this is a really, really cute book about little Wendell and his adventures in the Arctic Ocean. Owl Moon. This is a little bit wordy. But it does talk about people going owling and finding the little owls in the winter. That's one that I'll usually put on my bookshelf because I usually don't have time to read a book that is that long during my story time. But this is really cute. Little penguin gets the hiccups. This is hilarious. When you read this, you have got to perform this book because the kids will love you for it because it's so funny. Little penguin having the hiccups. Penguin's Big Hill. This is really cute. It's one of those little early reader stories that has simple words, very little text, but it's definitely a story that my class always really likes. And I just keep this one in my polar animal book too because it does have a lot of different animals in the winter. So Little Bee and the Snowy Day. I know there's a lot of Little Bee books out there. And My Son Ice is just a nice, fun rhyming book, little winter rhyming book. Elliot's Arctic Surprise is about just a little boy who ends up going on an Arctic adventure, and it's really great. This is a super good story. I kind of ran across this by accident, and I definitely recommend this book. My pre-K kids especially love it. So this brings me to one of my all-time favorite from Joy John and Lane Smith. This is Penguin Problems. Penguin Problems, again, is very, very funny. It's about how all these penguins are the same, but this little guy is different, and it's just cute. It's really cute. Okay, so I love pop-up books, and I've always been fascinated by pop-up books. Like when I was a kid, oh my gosh, I thought they were just little treasures, and I could get lost in a pop-up book for hours. Well, there is a pop-up book artist called Robert Sabuda, and he's got some, wonderful Christmas books, the 12 Days of Christmas, this Christmas alphabet, but this is A Winter's Tale, and it has a lot of polar, Arctic, wintry animals in it. So here's our snowy owl, and each book, oh, this is so hard, has 2 pictures. So these are the little mice that live in the tree, and the owl, of course, he's their predator. So it kind of talks a little bit about that. Here are the Arctic foxes in their den. I'm not going to open all the little pages because, this book, as you can tell, it's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Here's the little polar bear. Some deer. I think this is a reindeer or maybe a moose. It's just beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is someone's home. I don't know if you can see the snowman and this whole beautiful, beautiful book. But this one I don't let the kids touch. We'll spend a lot of time looking at all the different pictures as I open up all the doors and turn the pages. But it's gorgeous. It's kind of expensive, but the kids just light up when I bring this book out and read this book. I don't even think they care about the words. They love, love, love just the artistry of this book. This brings me to my next 3 books. I do a little thing that I call Yeti Day during my Polar Animals Week. And we spend a day doing Yeti centers. They get to design their own Yeti, and then we have a little Yeti show and tell. I only read Yeti books. It's really cute. And in my Polar Animals unit, I have all my Yeti activities in there as well. But the kids look forward to Yeti Day. I talk it up a lot. But here are 3 of our favorite Yeti books. I usually only get to 2 Yeti books on Yeti Day, but this is Are We There Yeti? And Yeti is on a field trip with his friends, and they constantly ask, are we there Yeti? And then Dear Yeti is about like some little kids that are on an adventure trying to find a Yeti, and they're the little letters to the Yeti that they're writing on their adventure. And then the thing about Yetis, these Yetis are so cute, and this Yeti is so funny. I think it even talks about what he does in the summer, what he does in the winter. It's so cute. The kids really love this one. I'd say the thing about Yetis is definitely their favorite book for Yeti Day. But those are some of my favorite polar animal books. I know there's many, many more. You probably have a few favorites, and I'd love to grow my collection. So if you have a few favorites that I didn't mention, please leave the title in the comments so that I can enjoy the same books. And I'll leave links to all these books in my description. Plus, I'm going to leave links to my Teachers Pay Teachers Polar Animals unit, where you can find Yeti activities. And I've got some really, really great math and literacy centers centered around polar animals. Some involve what the animals actually eat, so they're learning about the animals as they're feeding them different things. But I will do a separate video about all that, but I want to leave the links to those just in case you want to check those out. But hope you're staying warm wherever you are. Thanks.